Good morning, sir. We are from Group 4. Today we will present about the store variation of Panasonic, Fiamma, and Pensonic. This is our group members.
My name is Fiamma bin Aziz. My metric number is 278296. I will present about integration part. In this report, three companies, namely Panasonic, and Fiamma from the manufacturer electrical industry have been selected. A few analysis such as economic analysis, industry analysis, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis will be conducted thoroughly in this report. Estimated value for the chosen company using the dividend discount model, free cash flow to equity model, and price per equity model. The financial report of the three companies were obtained from Bursa Marketplace on 50 June 2023. Next is economic analysis, monetary and fiscal policy. Because the economy was resilient and it needed to manage persistent inflation, Bank Negara Malaysia rapidly raised the interest rate. The overnight policy rate was 3%. The discretionary fiscal strategy anticipated a faster fiscal deficit fall than the previous administration draft budget for 2023. Other economic factors: more economists predict headline inflation of 2.5% to 3.5% in 2023. The weakening of the Malaysian ringgit has increased inflation. The last factor is the Ukraine conflict has pushed up global commodity costs, increasing headline inflation forecast. Next, I will present about industry analysis. According to Department of Statistics Malaysia, the manufacturing sector accelerated to 30.2% as compared to 9.2% in the second quarter of 2022. Fiamma Holding Berhad recorded a higher revenue of RM 369.98 million in 2022 and increased 9.5% against the revenue RM 38.02 million in the previous financial year. Next, Panasonic Holding Berhad registered revenue of RM 32.5 million compared to RM 39.2 million in the preceding year's corresponding period. Lastly, Panasonic Manufacturing Berhad, the net profit increased more than 64 the RM 42.6 million in the second quarter ended 30 September compared to RM 2.66 million previously due to higher turnover and foreign exchange gain.
Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. My name is Fatinadia binti Rostam with metric number 280696. Today I and Imi will present about financial ratio. The evaluation and comparison for the financial ratio of Panasonic, Fiamma and Pensonic from 2018 to 2022 has been calculated and summarized by using the average amount of the financial ratio. As you can see here, this is the financial ratio of Fiamma and Pensonic Berhad for 2018 to 2022. The comparison of financial ratio, which are current ratio, quick ratio, account receivable ratio, inventory turnover ratio, total asset turnover between Panasonic, Fiamma and Pensonic show that Panasonic has the highest ratio. This show that Panasonic is the most healthy and stable financial condition, low risk to face financial difficulty compared with Fiamma that has moderate financial performance and Pensonic that has the worst financial health and performance. Furthermore, for debt equity ratio and equity material, Panasonic has a lower ratio compared with Fiamma, moderate, and Pensonic the highest. This shows that Panasonic has more favorable credit profile and use less debt to finance its asset, which lead the company to have a lower leverage and have stable financial condition compared with Fiamma and Pensonic.
Hello, my name is Ime Danishima bin Anwar Faisal and my metric number is 287896. So for the next part, Panasonic has the highest time interest earned, indicating that Panasonic is able to cover its interest expense more easily, maybe due to its strong financial position. For net profit margin, Fiamma high net profit margin compared to the others, indicating that it is able to keep more of its revenue after paying its expense. For the ROA, Fiamma have a high ROA because of their ability to earn more profit with a smaller capital investment, which means Fiamma's efficient use of their assets. In terms of return on equity, Panasonic again charted the highest, and a higher ROE indicates that Panasonic is able to generate more profit from its shareholders' equity due to the company having a high level of earning and a low level of debt. Panasonic also has the highest PE ratio, which is the price to earning ratio, is 12.47, which indicate that investors are willing to pay more for the company's stock relative to its earnings. Panasonic also have a high dividend payout ratio. This is due to its conservative dividend policy. And finally, the price to book value of each company is Panasonic have a price of 1.12, Fiamma Holdings 1.2, and finally Pensonic is 0.85. So, based on the financial ratio that we have discussed, Panasonic Manufacturing Malaysia Berhad ranked number 1. The following is Fiamma Holdings Berhad, and the weakest is Pensonic Holdings Berhad. Hence, Panasonic has the best performance in the financial condition and the operating result compared to Fiamma and Pensonic.
My name is Omesi, matrix number 287125. Next, I will present the part of the dividend discount model DDM, which can help the investor calculate a company intrinsic value or estimated share price. The estimated share price in the current year is based on the calculation of the average intrinsic value of the forecast year from 2023 to 2027. Panasonic Fiamma have the same result where their actual share price is overvalued, while Pensonic is also overvalued but irrelevant to compare with the other company in the same industry, as the company did not pay dividends for 3 years. To get the average value of each company's dividends growth rates, the company must pay dividends for every year. The free cash flow to equity model FCFE method can estimate a company net income, calculate its free cash flow, and get the estimated share price for the investor. High equity value will generate a high share price for a company in this free cash flow equity model. From the estimated equity value, which is calculated based on the present value of the future cash flow of the forecast years from 2023 to 2027, Panasonic, Fiamma, and Pensonic have positive and high equity values. If compared among the companies, Panasonic is the highest, followed by Fiamma, and the lowest is Pensonic. Based on the estimated share price, all these three companies are undervalued compared to their current share price. That's all for me, thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, I will introduce about calculate the intrinsic value of stock using PE ratio. So from 2017 to 2022, Panasonic has the highest PE ratio growth rate. The following are Fiamma and then Pensonic. Pensonic has a negative data. Maybe it's a signal that shows the investors' lack of confidence about the company's future prospect. So compared to the estimation of the average PE ratio from 2023 to 2027, Panasonic also the highest one. And then we use the expected earnings in 2023 and the forward PE ratio to calculate the intrinsic value of each company. So for Panasonic, we get a result of 21 ringgit and 12 cent. It is undervalued when its intrinsic value is greater than its market value. And Fiamma's stock intrinsic value is 95 cents, same as the market price, which means that it is trading at its fair value. And due to lack of clarity and volatility in its earnings estimates, Pensonic does not have provided a forward PE ratio, so there is not available information to calculate its intrinsic value.
So now I'll continue to explain about the technical analysis consisting of MACD. So the first one is about Fiamma Holdings Berhad. From 1 April until 15 June, Fiamma Holdings' initial sell signal emerged with a closing price at RM1 ringgit on 25 April. Investors should begin selling their stocks because the stock price will begin to fall. On 6 June, the Fiamma Holdings buy signal emerged with a closing price at RM95 cents. At this point, investors should purchase equity at this price. For Pensonic Holding from 1 April until 15 June, the Panasonic first buy signal emerged on 27 March with a closing price of 45 cents. This is a favorable time for investors to buy equities at this price because the MACD line is above its signal line. So Panasonic Manufacturing from 1 April until 15 June, the Panasonic Manufacturing stocks initial sales signal emerged with a closing price at RM22 ringgit 30 cents. The investor should begin selling their stocks. So next is about the RSI of Fiamma Holding Berhad. When the RSI is between 30% and 70% are stable position where there is no overbought or oversold. The investor are recommended to sell stocks after the highest RSI of Fiamma Holdings is 51.41 at price of RM1 ringgit 6 cent on 10 April because the stock price starts to decline. For the Panasonic Holding, it is recommended to buy stocks on 24 April at a price of RM43 cents because the price of stocks keep on rising. The RSI of Panasonic Holdings is at peak, which is 55.83 on 12 June. In conclusion, this company did not have an overbought or oversold signal from 1 April to 15 June. For the Panasonic Manufacturing, the stocks are oversold from 29 May until 18 June. The RSI starts to increase to 32.5 on 19 June. It is recommended to purchase the stocks from 19 June because the stock price start to increase. The recommendation of the analysis is to invest in the Panasonic Manufacturing. As compared to the other two stocks, Panasonic Manufacturing has the highest average score, which is 9. These are the financial ratios of the Panasonic Manufacturing. Therefore, Panasonic has the greatest operational result and financial ratios.